Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy One Gun here. And today we're gonna do a little bit of get into more of what I do when I'm using Iclone and Motionbuilder. And this is only made possible because I have the Iclone 6 Pro with the pipeline 3D Xchange. So for you all who didn't know, or they've been plastered it all like for weeks now about you can buy the 3D Xchange early release, and after you buy the early release, they'll give you the free updates and all that other stuff. And it was at a nice price of about around $200 or so. So all I have to say is, it was a good deal, you know, versus waiting now to buy it and spending like something like $500 to get the 3D Xchange 6. And from what I could tell so far, before they put the updates and stuff in, there really is no difference between 5 and 6 as far as I can tell. Now I guess that's until the updates come, but right now it just seems like you're just using 5 all over again, but it's just a little bit faster with getting stuff into Iclone and getting stuff out of Iclone. So it's good on that aspect, but for everything else, everybody, you're not really missing nothing. So you know, if you don't have it, save your money up, wait for it to come out. I do believe that this will be the program to use in the future, because Iclone has pushed the game up as far as these asset animation software is become available. You got DAS and Poser out there, and they have their own personalized content store, and you got Iclone with their own personal content store. I know Moviestorm is out there and they got their own stuff going, but I've never used Moviestorm, so I can't really talk about Moviestorm. But if anybody could tell me, you know, how is Moviestorm versus Iclone, I do one better. I want to download Moviestorm and I'm going to try to use it. Yes. After the contest ends, I'm going to try to make an animation in Moviestorm. So that's going to be a journey right there. I'm going to check that out, you know, but my love right now is within the Iclone community. And oh yeah, let me get a shout out to while I'm talking about the Iclone community, let me get a shout out to all the people that's been supporting me in my channel. And I got a lot of guys sending me emails telling me, you know, about how cool stuff I'm doing and everything else. And then I got people on the forum that's liking my thread that I got both on the Real Illusion and the Polycount board. So with much effort that's about to be expended, let's start with what I was going to tell you about. So I got my character here, and I'm going to take him into 3D Xchange 6, and all you have to do is like bring your character in, like this guy right here, and just hit the edit in 3D Xchange button. That's it. One click, just one click, and Iclone does the rest. Okay. And so okay, so now it's loading. It loaded the character in, and now I want my character to have some animation on it. So I'm gonna I already did this already. I'm just showing you all how I do it. So suppose I want to get this uncensored character, unconcerned, not uncensored, unconcerned character, and I want his animation. And I would just basically just pull over my timeline, make sure you're at the first frame, which is not, so make sure it's at the first frame. Where it says collect clip, I would just highlight it, just left click, highlight the whole area, and then right down here it says add motion to 3D Xchange, click that, and you're done. It adds the motion 3D Xchange just like that. I used to have to like, the old way I used to work, I used to like bring the character in and then import, you know, and then go and find the folders, but it's just easier doing it this way. So now I want to get another motion in here, and whenever you port into Motionbuilder, you will need a T-pose on your figure. If you take if you go to Motionbuilder and if you go from here from 3D Xchange and make an FBX without putting a T pose, well, you're gonna have problems. You know, you'll be spending extra time T posing this character inside of Motionbuilder, and that gets kind of repetitive. I mean, sometimes you do it and you get it right, whatever, but you know, most of the time, sometimes you won't be able to pull a good T pose off, or you got something out of whack, especially with the hips. The hips have to be at 0. I mean, your hips have to be in the right place. If not, you're gonna have some issues. So, what I do is I delete everything here in my timeline. Make sure he's in a T pose, and I go over to custom, and I get one of these T poses that have already, and yeah, this will work. This T pose right here will work. And all I have to do here is go over to my timeline, find out where I put it at. There's the T pose right there. Make it a little bigger, and just push that sucker all the way over to the beginning. Bam. And if you have to, bring this all the way down here. That's cool. So now your character is in a good T pose. So all you have to do now is just bring this over here. Click. Oh, nope. I have to go click. My bad. Go to clip, and right click. Add motion to 3D Xchange, and there's your T pose for your character. Number 10. Okay, so you've done all the hard work. I mean, that's it. That's all you want to do. So now you want to add all to perform. Click that, and now all the animation that you put on here is going to follow him out. Now this clip right here, this is a clip straight out of Iclone, and you can export this clip out without no problem. It will go. Just the other clips that didn't, like other animations that didn't come with Iclone when you bought it, those animations can't export out because I think you need a license or whatever. Like, so if you get like the family pack or the mixed move 200 communication file, whatever, those don't port out at all. So don't even try it. But you can buy export licenses for a lot of their stuff. But for that, I don't think there's one for that mixed communication pack, because I tried it the other day, and for some reason I couldn't get a license for it. So now, since we got all the animations, everything's down here, and you're happy with what you got, you go over to FBX, and you want to like rename your character. TROOPER Trooper. Make sure you have this clicked for the mesh. Make sure you have this clicked for include geometry. No, include animation. And make sure you got a destination folder where you want to take it to. And go over here where it says target tool preset, custom Motionbuilder. And then you just push OK, and it sends your character right over to the designated file location, where then you can pick it up in Motionbuilder. So, since I've done it already, let me just cancel this. I'm just gonna go ahead and just open up Motionbuilder right here, and let me just open up a new file here. Don't save. So, we took our character. So we got our character. To this F/-FBX folder. Okay, that's where our character is going. So over here in Motionbuilder, you can have it set up to where you have the folder here, as in your assets. You can actually link your folder through Motionbuilder, where you put all your assets in the asset browser, and just like add a favorite path, and then you'll go and you click that, and it'll show you where your you just show it where all your stuff is at or whatever, and eventually you will get a eventually the folder show up in your asset browser, and then you can go over here and find where your trooper is. And I see my trooper. My trooper is right there. So all I have to do is just click on him, yank him right there into the screen. This is FBX open, all takes. Okay, now suppose you did not bring in a T-pose with this character, and you got an animation on him like this. All right, when you go to characterize this character, this is what's going to happen. And characterizing is something you have to have done before you can even go any further into Motionbuilder. So I'm going to hit the scene tab here, hit the Genesis, and you want to highlight his hip. And let me go to display. Let me hit X-ray right here. And then I'm going to hit skeleton, and then I'm going to go to this. Is going to ask for a valid skeleton is required. Do you want to define one? Define. All right. So what I have done already, I have made a template, a Genesis template that I use on my Genesis figures when I bring them into Motionbuilder. Now, if you got Mason, and you want to make a template for Mason, you bring Mason in here in a T-pose, and you will go and just do exactly what I just did, and go over here and hit the save button, and it will save that template once you have all these characterized. When to characterize, you have to go like this. Go here, click shin, and as you go up the leg, oops, my bad. Yes. And then as you can see, I'm matching these bones up with these bones. So, and once you have all the bones clicked and everything, you see you got the little stop sign over here. Once you have all the bones, over here selected and over here, well then this little sign is going to turn to a little green circle saying everything is good. But we're just gonna characterize it without putting in a T-pose. All right. So I'm gonna go over here to my folder and put one of my Genesis template and push OK. Now you see there's a problem here. It's got a yellow warning sign, and it's basically telling us that little thing pops up saying like your leg, your thigh bones, your upper arm, your hand, those aren't lining up in a correct T-pose. And Motionbuilder will only let you play in Motionbuilder once the character you're trying to characterize is in an exact T-pose for it to characterize. Okay, so let's put him in a T-pose. Let's see, is this it? Here we go. Now he's in a correct T-pose, and as you can see, everything is lit up. Everything's lit up, and this is green, so he's good to go. And also, like, clicking these little tabs, you got like two spines here, and you got his collarbone there, neck bone, and his right shoulder collarbone right there, clavicle. So these are for your clavicles. This is your abdomen, and this is your abdomen 2 and chest. When you click this, and inside of here, no, that's in what it's just sort of kind of way you work in 3D Xchange. It's the same thing. How you characterize your character in 3D Xchange and everything. It's the same thing. Just it's just that right here when you click on the chest and everything, you don't have those two little things right there. You click onto to highlight the clavicles. They're right here in a separate little tabs there. And that's the head up there. You got the feet. Characterize the feet, and you come down here and you can see all this is highlighted. Well, what you plan on using, since we're using this character and he doesn't have no toes sticking out, so you're gonna just hit the big toe, and what's this? That's the right toe. Yeah, this is the right toe base, so that's all you need for that. So what you can go down here, but you can go up here and just click control rig and hit biped FKIK, and your character is now characterized. and you can just take I usually just take the control rig off and go to none, and go down here to characters and character, and you can just you can just go down here and rename this to whatever you want. So I'm just gonna say I'm calling TROOPER Trooper 3 underscore 3, and then I'm gonna go over here and highlight his name and push copy, and then I'm gonna go to his control rig under control rigs and rename his control rig to paste Trooper 3. So we're good. So up here it says character Trooper 3 and control rig Trooper 3. See, let's go back to none, and now I got my character characterized. So now I'm ready to go to the next step, which is to, let's see, motion. Which one is this one? Okay, yeah, let's put, well, actually, okay, let's go ahead and do this one first. So got my animation loaded up on here, which is great. Of that one motion from the motion puppet. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to story, go to story mode, and just click over here to insert character animation track. Click right here, put in, no, when you insert a character animation track, what you're going to do is you're going to pull the animation that's on this skeleton at the time and put it right down here in the track. And you can only make that possible if you click right here where it says character and it says none. Click this little button and hit trooper. So now I have the now I'm gonna go to, let's right click on here and go to insert current take, and now I have this motion on here. Ain't that cool? Alright, so I wanna put another motion on here, and what I want to do is I want to blend two motions together. Now, before everybody say, well, you can do the same thing in Iclone, well, she can do the same thing in Iclone, but the thing is, it's hard to take two animations and merge them and like overlay them in Iclone the way I want them, because for some reason, every time I overlay my animations over animation, and like suppose I have the legs walking, and the upper part like doing something else, like holding a gun or doing something else that's keyframed. I just want the bottom half of the animation. I don't want the top half of the walk animation. I just want the bottom half, and the top half is gonna be the guy like holding a gun, no looking around with it. So I tried that inside of Iclone, and I did it once right, but when I try to do it again, for some reason I can't do it again. So Motionbuilder, I can do it maybe a lot better, and it's easier to do it in Motionbuilder, because Motionbuilder is just so straight up forward with their animation tools. It's no guessing game of where the characters are supposed to be or anything like that. You see all your keyframes. You got it's called an F curve editor. It's sort of kind of like a graph editor you see in Poser, if anybody ever used Poser, but it works a little different than the one in Poser. You actually have more control in their F curve editor. It's the same type of editor you see in Maya and Autodesk, and same thing in Blender, same thing in Carrera. If anybody used the NLA editor in Carrera, you know what I'm talking about. So it's just basically a spline with keyframes on it that tells you where your keyframes are at, where the motions are at, what motions are like linear, curved, ease in, ease out, all that cool stuff is all related to what's happening within your timeline of your animation. So it's a very good device to use. I just wish Iclone had a physical F curve editor inside of it. That would help you so much, so much. We'll try to find out if the root node of your animation is where it's supposed to be, instead of like guessing where it's gonna line up at. So that would be cool. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I got this animation here, and I want to layer it. So I'll go over and click this little body right here, and I just click that off. All right. So get the full body and just click full body, and that gives me half the animation right here. And then from here I just go to another animation. See, now I'm gonna pull this right here, and then I'm going to click this button and go to full body. And let me see what I'm looking at here. Let me cut this off. Yeah, that's what I want. So I want him to start from here to go down to here. But there we go. Put that there. And I just want his lower body. Let's see. Turn off full body and click on lower body. And then hit this. Then hit insert current take. There we go. Okay, that's what I had wrong. I forgot. There you go. So now after doing all that stress, now I have a let me go back to turn this on back to normal. So now I have a character that's I took two motions and I spliced them together, basically. No. So I'm gonna put that right there, and we're cool now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to come over here, just hit this button and hit razor, and delete that, and come over here and hit razor and delete this. I said delete this. Oh yeah, by the way, I just bought a new what's the name of this thing? Keyboard. Man, 2 o'clock in the morning is not my time, but I need to get this done before the week is out. And it's gonna go over here, right click and hit frame start in, and right here the magnifying glass, pull that over. So now pull this over to here. So now the dude is like backing up, like no, don't shoot, 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 don't shoot. It's all good, it's all good. So that's basically what I wanted out this motion. So let's go ahead and let's take these two tracks. I'm gonna make a new take. No, I'm gonna make a new take. And I'm going to go over to the navigator. I'm going to find my character, highlight his highlight his hips, right click and go to select branches, and if I go to display, go back to X-ray, everything's in green, that's good. And new take, okay. Alright, so control rig. So it didn't do that. So let me just go to none. see what the problem is. I forgot to highlight both of these. So I'll go back to animation, plot selected, all properties. I'm just gonna plot it. Alright. So now I should have, there we go. The animation like that. So now this character has one animation on it now, and because I cut these off by just clicking the little stop sign there. So now these characters right here, now this character right here just has one animation on them right now. That's it. So what I would do now is just basically take them into iClone by FBX, and I'll just go to File, Motion File. Oh, actually, I'll just go to File, Save As, and type in Trooper 1, and then hit Save, and then export them back in through 3D Xchange, and then take them into iClone. And that's it. That's all I have to. That's all I have to explain today. In the next part of this, which will be sometime later on this afternoon, I'm going to basically be doing the second part of this, which is like taking this into iClone. So taking this into iClone, actually it would be me taking this animation and put another piece to it, and then taking it to the pipeline back to iClone and finishing up animation scene I've been working on for the contest. So chip, cheerio, and all the other good rubbish. See y'all later. I'm One Gun Sean, and I'm signing out.